third match of the day. Vile
Oh.
versus...
Another day, another victory for
Hello?
the OG. Taking down the sweats.
Vile just picked HPG.
Chicken.
And
Am I supposed to be here?
Bear Claw,
I don't think so.
if you want to.
I see myself. I mean, I'm on the sheet. I looked at the sheet.
We're live, by the way.
Oh, hello, people.
Yeah, it looks like you're here. Chicken's gonna join us for this cast, so it's gonna be a fantastic time. So the last one is
I
gonna be...
can leave. It could just be you two guys. You seem like a good couple.
Now we're waiting on the team decisions here. See what side they're gonna play on. Okay. Yeah, Chicken, you know what? Since you're here, we're kind of waiting on sides. Never mind, sides got picked. Vile picks Team 1 for HPG.
I don't know here. Chicken wants to cast. Put him in the lobby, and I will do my thing.
Okay.
I don't need to do any streaming, right?
No.
You just have to stream to 2.
No, I'm
Oh, I have to.
streaming to 2. We're fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're streaming to 2? Okay.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
fine.
Oh, yeah.
So
Here you go, Chicken.
All right.
this is gonna be a little interesting because, well, so I did predict this to be another 3-0, and I mean I don't have anything against FRR, but you know it's Vile. Vile is in contention for top 2. If I was to say what the gold final would be, I would say it would be Vile against DSC. Assuming they don't see each other beforehand, I haven't looked at the bracket. I think they see each other at the winners bracket final, but then I think that whoever gets kicked out will easily make it through the losers bracket final. But yeah, I do think that FRR, for as good as they are just going to not win against Vile. Like, of which that is my prediction. Obviously, things can happen. Obviously, we didn't expect Carbon Fire to self-destruct. So who knows where things will go. But yeah, that is my prediction. I'm not sure how y'all feel about it.
I'm right there with you. There's...
Vigilance is going to be Team 1 on HPG, and then swap for Bear Claw.
Okay, they're both EUs, so... Bam. Alright, cool.
Let me know once we are in game, and I shall jump in.
Yep, of course.
I am gonna BRB real quick.
Alrighty.
I'll be back.
Yep. And we'll go ahead and put minutes. I'm gonna get the timer started for a file. So, Chicken, since we have you here,
He just said BRB.
oh, never. Yeah.
And yeah, chat, for those of you who are watching MWO Leagues 2, due to the fact that Chicken Man is in the lobby, I'm just going to spectate in my own way, so the stream will be fine. I just won't be able to show y'all what's going on in the lobby, but you know, nobody ever cares about what happens in the lobby. They're here for the games, so it's fine.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, like, this one's gonna be exactly like the DSC match in my opinion. Not to shame 1FR. They've done really great things. I've gotten to play. I played against them back in BFM where we managed to beat them 3-2. But that was a stressful fight. Some really good players over there. Some definitely can play at that higher level. But again, it's Vile. Like, they have multiple World Championship players on their team, so. And again, also, like you said, my pick for the grand finals is DSC versus Vile. So yeah, HPG, again, like we've seen it played about twice already, so a lot of it's just going to be pretty typical. If we do see basement brawl, who's gonna put more mechs, more firepower down there to win the fight? I don't really. So I've gotten to play Vile twice throughout the entire year when I played with DSC. The ISC match, they brought a lot of mid-range stuff, but I think it'll really just depend on more so it's an 8v8 scenario as opposed to ISC being 5v5 or 6v6, and I think TOS being 5v5. So.
Hey.
There's
Hey, what's up?
our fourth guy, Stimrock.
So,
Hey, what's
Yeah,
going on, Tim?
hey, I don't want to intrude, but if you like some analysis on strats or anything, just let me know. I'm available.
Absolutely, we would love to hear from you.
I've started streaming
Right.
on Discord, so you will be able to see. And yeah, let's get to it. 4 eyes are definitely better than 2. But I mean, I don't know how y'all predict this will go. HPG Manifold, I mean, I don't know. I feel like as much as I love and respect Vile, I'm not really expecting them to think outside the box much for this year. I think they're going to just play it very cookie cutter, very straightforward. 2 to 3 traders on the wall, and then just a very aggressive wolf pack in the center. And as for FRR, I have never played FRR, so I have no idea what they're gonna do. I just have never been on the same time zone as them.
Yeah. Again, they really played the really weird, like the EU time zone for Comp Q. I don't know if y'all got to catch them, Stim. But again, like the only
Which
times
team?
I really 1FR.
Yeah, I think we played them like a few times. Yes.
Is there anything like super glaring that you notice that's like they're really really good at doing? Any?
So, I've talked a lot with Coderizer and a bunch of other guys on their team, and I played with them as well in one tourney, at least part of their team. I'm not sure everybody's familiar, but yes. So I would expect above average cleverness with the strats. Not to put any pressure on 1FR, but Coderizer has a nice creative mind, and they really need to get creative to beat Vile.
All right. So are we talking like mantra levels of creativity, or something a little bit less? Because we've seen mantra be able to pull some really really interesting strats.
I think what's similar between those two teams is that both teams allow themselves to be crazy or different or unpredictable, and that's a good thing. I think one of ours creativity is of a different sort, though. Mantra, I think, at least before, kind of centered around brawlier strats. I wouldn't expect the same from one of our, at least in the same way.
I see. So I know you've played with some of the Vile guys in the past. I know you have an illustrious career in MWO comp. Is there anything you can kind of speak a little bit about, like, their mindset into this game?
Well, let's see. I guess I gotta draw the line somewhere, like, not to just, I don't know how to say it. Like, of course, I played a lot with EMP guys back in EMP. I don't want to get too, like, I don't want to intrude their privacy, but, like, I would expect them to, like, lean into their skill. They are, like, skill-wise, in my mind, they're the favorite here, of course, because they have so much more experience, and they've seen every scenario and more 10 times to 1FR's 1 experience of every, like, certain scenario that we're gonna see. So they don't need to do anything special. They need to play solid and just do what they have done for years.
Mm-hmm. So with that being said, of course, both teams ended up locking, so we're going to get the drop in underway. So I do hope we have Mr. Chicken. Are you back?
I am here. Yes, I am here. I just wanted you guys to keep talking.
So I'm gonna fly over towards the Gamma side. Oh yeah, like everything y'all said is basically like everything I would say. Like Vile, they're gonna play very comfy, very like to their strengths. Not much weaknesses to them realistically. Again, they're my picks as well as one of the two teams to play in the grand finals. And I think again, just with like 10th Lyran guards, they have to find the mistakes and capitalize them tremendously. They have to get a lot of reward on catching those mistakes. So over here on the Vigilance side, we have an Executioner M, a Javelin 11F, Viper F, Piranha 1, interesting, a Shadow Cat running your typical. It's gonna be Longbow 7V, Crusader 16, and SR 1. What do we got over there on the FR side?
Teos, you want to do that because you're on MWOs too? Unless you're not in yet, I'll call it. They got a Direwolf W, 2 Gauss, 5-year large, Tornado 7s, 5-year large, 6-year meds, Phoenix, Snub, small lasers, Viper with machine gun, and then Micropulse, Eben Dragoon SRM6, XC that has 4-year large backups, Shadow Cat that has, I think, Plasma AP Gauss, and then a Cyrus 1P with
I did not
SRM.
realize I was muted, but yeah, I would definitely. I would say as far as deck strength, I would say these two sides are pretty even. Bowser and the Piranha, I don't remember the last time I've seen that mech in comp, but
Yeah, it's running heavy mediums and light machine guns, and then the SR1's running 4 Gauss and an ER large.
I like that a lot. I actually
Yeah,
like that.
I don't
Wait,
see
he's playing the
anything wrong with
Piranha
this.
1 instead of the
Yeah.
Piranha A.
Yeah,
Interesting choice.
12 light
I guess
machine
he
guns,
wanted
3 heavy
more
medium.
LMGs than anything else, but
Yeah,
it's a little surprising because
not a lot of brawl,
1FR hasn't
honestly.
really challenged basement at all. They have just sort of allowed Vile to get it for free. I don't know if they're afraid to pick a fight or if they just think it's not a good risk to take, but yeah, they have pretty much given Vile almost entire control of the center ground. Their mechs are just entirely grouped up here on Dubious Squirrel and the Viper. I don't know if they're gearing up for a push or what they plan on doing, but their 5-man wolf pack is just content to sit here.
Yeah,
I think they're waiting for a good moment.
Yeah, I think they're also showing a little bit too much respect to Vile, honestly. Like, I would have gone in there and challenged immediately. Like, their light mechs are extremely tight. Like, there's nothing really big DPS brawl. Like, I think they might go push into the basement here in a minute. But again, I just don't think, like all of it's either ER mediums, medium X poles, light machine guns. So
I think the loose condition for Vile here would be for Bowser to make a mistake or Selith to make a mistake in their sort of fragile lights. 1FR can't reliably at least hope to beat Vile's long-range trade, so it looks like 1FR here is just looking for a way in basement and then quickly jump on something.
I think they're going in now, actually.
1FR
they're
going
in.
in.
They're
I
in.
don't really... Bowser and Selith are still here. They're barreling. Scout Derek, Patrick, and Kong Lord are setting up to receive. 1FR is just going to be content to get Theta, though, which is good, because I think running out of either door would have just spelled a loss for them. Nope, never mind.
I
They're
think
doing it.
they might be going out the door, yep. Like, they're going to go... maybe not.
I don't think this is super smart for French.
Was something shooting SRMs?
Yeah, mislinks.
Okay.
It already has an open leg.
Yeah, and he's gonna get legged here probably.
Oh, he didn't get legged.
Oh wow.
The XE went too far in.
The XE is basically dead there.
What are you doing? Arzak, you need to leave. Oh,
He's legged. Yeah, they went legs on him, which is probably a smart choice here.
Yeah.
XE is down, and now as a result, Vile's just gonna run straight in. That is a fresh Crusader. Scout Derek drops Shadowhawk in the Osiris immediately.
Notice how Vile only keeps one trader up. They quickly reinforced the basement group and made a decisive push, where the Piranha and the Javelin can both even if they're fragile, they can live under the overwatch of the larger mechs and just massively DPS the enemy down.
Yep.
Yeah, what Bio did was really smart.
Yeah, pretty clear cut and dry.
Hattrick goes down as well. Oh wait, yeah, Hattrick went down in the Shadow Cat. Iba goes down, and now it's just the 2 wall traders. Iba has actually dropped in the Stone Rhino. I believe he wanted to try to reinforce his guys down low, but at that point it's just too little, too late.
Yeah.
Sultan is still up top in the Direwolf, probably just going to try to get some damage in before he dies.
We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up. The enemy
Really
is at
interested to see
25%.
the choice of the 7V here as opposed to the overcharge.
The 7B has more sustained DPS thanks to the heat quirk. So if you feel like the mask is not required, if you're not running a push deck, I think the 7D is a perfectly valid option.
Keep holding on to
Yeah.
our resource
Yes, check
points.
Discord.
Hostiles have collected 50% of their resources. Capture resource points from them to stop the bleeding. Resource point Theta is ours.
Again, just pretty clear, concise coming from Vile. Good look at the damage numbers here really quickly.
Yeah, go on.
529 coming from Lizzie with a 4 Gauss, 1 Eero Large Stone Rhino. Again, like I'm not expecting anything else, anything less. Over on the damage side of 1FR, you're looking 411 coming from the SR7 of Azorski. I believe I said that right. My apologies if I said it wrong. 2 double Ds, 1 on each side. Shade doing 60 and then Leprechaun doing 75. So
Yeah, so Iva and Sultan did their best trading on the walls and actually probably did okay. And then Vile let the wolf pack of 1FR take Theta, and then they reinforced it and rushed it with even greater strength than what 1FR had. They probably also could scout that 1FR still has 2 assaults up on the wall. So if just Vile simply takes one of those assaults in and pushes as a group of 7, they can reliably trust that, okay, we're going in and we don't have to run out or disengage.
Tios, just go back in the lobby.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, it's definitely a little interesting because 1FR, it started off looking like they were gonna do the wise play and not, and not run out, not try to pick a fight and just be content with the fact that they got the cap. I think the moment that they decided to fight is probably what sealed their doom.
where's Tios? There you go. Bam. Sultan, where is he? There he is. Bam.
Unless just interrupt me if you have something coming up from the
No, by all means.
stats or anything. So some analysis on the long range mech, say Lizzie's Quad Gauss Stone Rhino. It would be easy to say that it's just a kind of a nostalgic call to the days of Quad Gauss, Kodiaks, and so on, but it's actually quite a good pick on top of the wall because of the range, how Gauss interacts with optimal and maximal range. So against the Dire with ear large and 2 ear large and 2 Gauss, while the ear large is of course accurate on the Dire, if you can just fill the gap, so to speak, with skill, like Lizzie probably can because he's a very good long range trader. If he hits both Gauss shots, he'll probably be twisting earlier than the Dire, and those Gauss shots deal more damage because of the maximum range rule of 2.5x compared to optimal. So even if the Dire has more damage in 4 yards and 2 Gauss, it's a different story with how effective that damage is. So the largest will spread, especially because the Gauss mech can twist earlier sometimes. And he also has to care about heat, whereas Lizzie in the quad Gauss mech can stick out for longer because he doesn't overheat ever. He can just keep up the pressure and keep up the Gauss shots coming. Of course, he also has a single ER there as well, backing up that damage. Yeah, like in chat, somebody's saying Bowser making the Piranha great again. So this is something that rarely gets mentioned, but like if you put Bowser in a random team and give him a Piranha, he's gonna have a hard time using it this well because he needs to be able to trust his team, buffering him and rushing with him, so that he can jump in and out of the engagement, dealing that massive damage but not getting shot, because there are always high-value targets around him. So in this way, certain mech picks in certain strats can only be executed if you have the necessary level of team cohesion and trust, which of course these Vile veterans have.
Yeah, I agree on that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. So again, like, they've been playing with each other for quite literal years. So the trust is built. They can almost basically predict what each other are going to do. So. So we are currently waiting on 1FR to lock. They are a green board. We're waiting on the call. They got about 2 minutes, 50 seconds left. Speaking of which, there it goes. They're stacking 475 Alpha Bravo. Again, the drops really don't tell us a whole... The drop zones don't tell us a whole lot. And neither really does the tonnage, because I know in the last game we were talking about that 475, 480, that's pretty optimal where you want to go, because especially with how mechs are quirked, like you're not really necessarily looking at tonnage anymore, more so what's going to be the best fit. Because like you said, a lot of the 45 tonners are really, really strong. Or why would you bring a Spider over anything that's 35 tons? You would rather bring the Spider than the 35-ton mech.
Well, it depends what you want that 30 or 35-ton mech to, what its job, right? Like a 35-ton, it's a good, close range trade mech that has, really quick burn time, really good pop tart. And I think it does different jobs, I would say.
Quick note. So from Vile's perspective, if they look at the lances 1FR is taking, Alpha and Bravo, nothing on Charlie, which is Caposide, that may indicate to Vile that 1FR is more likely to push than get caps around the map first and play control.
Yep, that means Vile will have to scout them out. They will have to be aggressive with their scouting, and if they don't, they can get, pushed in really quickly.
I'm flying over to the Sigma side.
See, we have Chimera in the Executioner, Bowser in the Piranha, Audeus in a Mad Cat Mark II, Celeth in a Locust, Hatchick in a Shadow Cat, Scout Derek in a Crusader, Kong Lord in a Viper, and Lizzie in a Stone Rhino. I mean, it's a pretty similar deck to what they ran last time. I would assume a bit more mid-range power simply because, swapping the Stone Rhino 1 to a 6. Deleth in the Cap Locust is definitely a little interesting. He's probably going to just be running around from, FC, Kappa to whatever their home cap is, so I'm a little curious as to how that's going to play out. But what do we have on the 1FR side?
So we have a Blackjack 1X, a Longbow 7V, a Crusader 6T, a Battlemaster 3M, a Stalker 7D, Shadowcat, a Flea 19, and an Ice Ferret J. I'm really curious what's on the Battlemaster. Probably Laser Vomit. Yeah, they're really just trying to utilize that speed quirk on it. I don't see how it's better than just taking like a 1G, for instance, but we'll see. Looks like your pretty standard initial setup. No one's really going for Capo, which is interesting. Might be a little bit of an early fight here on Theta, as Bowser and the Piranha B and Next Comp in the IFR are kind of.
What's up, Piranha's B?
I think it's AP Gauss Plasma. I think it's Plasma AP Gauss.
Yep.
Interesting.
That's
Plasma.
the one that got the super big cooldown quirk, so it's going to be a very powerful poke and flank mech. Primo is realizing in the Ice Ferret that He's probably outgunned here. As 1FR's Overwatch isn't really in place.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
So Bowser goes in and sliver caps
We
Theta.
have gained Epsilon.
1FR is getting Epsilon, and nobody's gone for Kappa, so it's just going to be a 2-cap fight here, and I think they're just going to duel it out with their range here over Epsilon.
Yeah, what's on the SR6?
ER large and a lot of ER meds. He has 7 ER meds, 6 ER large.
All right,
And the
no
Locust?
medium pulse. Locust, I think.
is, let's see, where are you? Locust is...
I got it.
Locust has medium X pulse and LMGs.
LMG's interesting.
Yeah,
Surprised
I don't.
HG.
Yeah, it's
Locust
probably just
mech
to
is-
deny caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, Locust's leg is kind of hurt.
Yeah. Locust legs is not doing great. It is the cap variant.
Oh, this could be bad.
Oh, Arzak might actually... who is this with Overwatch? Okay, it's the Shadow Cat and a Mag Shot.
Okay, it's fine.
Like,
They're
fine.
covering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But looks like one of ours is going to make a play for Theta here soon. I am a little bit concerned just because of the
Epsi's getting
overwhelming
flipped.
range firepower that Vile has. I almost called them Obbins, but you know, my bad.
I wonder what First French is gonna do, like, because they have mid bomb. They need to like get in range with their mid bomb if they wanted to actually do anything. So I wonder if they're gonna try to pressure Theta here or start pushing them some
It
kind.
looks like we're doing a giant NASCAR rotation between the two teams right now.
Looks like it actually, yeah. They're leaving their longbow behind though, so the longbow can actually get caught here if he's not covered.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any avenue of lines for them to actually effectively cover him, so they're gonna have to dedicate lights over there to help him, but I think he's gonna get
I think
taken
as
for
soon
free.
as Chimera swings, it might be over for Shadowhawk too, or at the very least, he's going to take a lot of damage.
Yeah, the lights are pushing on the right hand side.
Arzak and
Nope.
Primos
Oh.
are going to swing in though on the Vile lights. I'm not.
Yeah.
Cauterizer might be able to get a really good burn in with the blackjack, but it seems like they're mostly safe.
Yeah.
Well, it's gonna
They
get a 4 cap
he
soon.
still doesn't realize.
Yeah, you're right. Vile
Never mind,
has
3
a
caps
home
instead,
cap of
you
six.
could-
They could.
Wait, I don't even think, does Chimera know
No,
he's
they're gonna
there?
fight.
I don't think he
They're
does.
gonna fight.
Chimera
I don't think
definitely
anyone knows
Shadow
about the
Hawk's
longbow. Okay, he's okay.
Now he knows.
Chimera's gonna
Now
get
he
some
knows.
back shots here if he is he gonna see him?
That
Okay,
one-
there
Oh,
he
he's
is.
getting jumped.
Oh my goodness, how much damage?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurts.
I think he's still gonna get halved here. Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
He'll live.
I don't think
he'll
he's
get around the
dead.
Corner, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's an LFE and he's halved, so and he's a vomit mech.
Yeah.
Actually, are you LFE?
The enemy is at 25%.
Yeah. Maybe.
We've already
No, he's standard.
Oh, he's...
Oh,
I think he's
They got-
standard.
yeah. One of our is badly getting farmed on this runway
Yeah,
here because
there's...
Vile's range, and they can't really return
What does Sultan have?
fire.
Okay, he's binaries, but even then, Cauterizer is just
Yeah.
getting absolutely farmed here. What I'm sort of seeing is that Vile is poking together, you know, their 3-man, 4-man swinging corners, and they're just
Watch Sigma.
and they're just isolating. Oh yeah, Sigma's about to happen.
Zealot might get caught there if it's Zealot.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Oh, I think.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna
there we
hurt.
go.
Shot from
Hmm?
behind. He doesn't know where it's coming from.
He's gonna take the 1v1, but it's actually a 2v2, I think. Or is it?
No, I did. Is it? Oh, it is. I think the fleet's still gonna get legged here. Yeah.
Like,
Oh.
yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Where's
Nine.
yeah.
Where's the
Nice.
the other one bailed?
Yeah, I thought it was a second one, but I guess he bailed.
Well, so Indian was walking by in the Crusader and then just decided not to do that. Decided not to help against the leg locust. Oh my goodness, Shadow's getting swung by Chimera. Shadow goes down. It's gonna be Primo's getting swung by Hat-Trick and Chimera and Selith. Primo's is legged in his Ice Spirit. Primo's goes down. Cauterizer is it's gonna be Cauterizer, Indian. Yeah, the last 4 mechs are all in Theta.
Red Rises down. Sultan's
Good
about
use
to go
of-
down.
Good use of
Indian's
UAVs
down.
on both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I mean, and now it's just Iba trying to run for his life, but I mean, even then, there's no caps to run to. It's over.
I think First French got like they split up way too much near the end. They should have just committed a push, honestly, on Vile. They just.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. I thought they were
Yeah.
gonna really swing that right side.
I think
They
after
have-
getting Theta, they just stopped like pushing, but they should have just kept pushing on.
Yeah, I think
I don't-
I agree. This is a case of kind of in the HPG we also saw a bit of cagey play by 1FR, and it's understandable because Vile is scary, so they do want to not make mistakes, but then that can often lead into just kind of rotating and NASCARing and then giving up the map.
Yeah, looking at the damage numbers here really quickly. Lizzie 720 with 2 kills, followed by Camaro with 626 and 2 kills. Over on the 1FR side, you're looking at 336 for Indian. And again, no kills by the 1FR.
I am. I'm not surprised by the outcome. I did predict a 3-0 in favor of Vile, but I thought 1FR would have played that differently. I expected them to be a little more aggro and a little more coordinated on what fights they wanted to pick. They pretty much just didn't commit to anything and just allowed Vile to just break them down and poke them down the entire game.
I think it's almost that level of... What is it? That level of respect going on a bit too much from 1FR for Vile, because, like...
Yeah, that's probably fair. But I mean, you can't really fear your opponent. Like, you have to be willing to... You have to be willing to run them down. If you get scared or if you lose confidence, that's just it. That's over. GG's. You're out. So... I don't know. Frozen, I think Vile's just going to play it the same way they played it on HBG, where a few extreme range traders and a very aggressive wolf pack, probably supplemented by like an executioner or a crusader.
I think psychologically from Vile's side here, I can also see like a nice evaluation of 1FR. So Vile plays like they play like they are much more experienced, of course. They take advantage of that. Say Selith's north side cap on Bear Claw. He might or he might not be that bold against, say, a very experienced enemy team, but I think he knew he could take it here. Same thing with Bowser's Piranha picks. He might take them against very experienced teams as well, but especially against this team, I think it's a show of trust again towards his own team that he can play the Piranha with massive DPS. But if he were to expect a very hardened enemy team with a very skillful wolf pack, the Piranha might be a riskier, or would be objectively a riskier pick. He could still play it, he could still do well in it, but I think here he's leveraging the knowledge that he can do so against this team. This is, conversely, this is also why almost blind rush strats sometimes work against very experienced teams, because such strats show no respect, and they can fail horribly, but they can also succeed very well, because there's no caginess, there's no fear, there's only like full rush into a team that actually doesn't expect it from somebody less experienced than them. So even very new teams can beat very high teams, highly experienced teams with rush strats due to this.
Yeah, it's just you just gotta get over that fear. You just gotta get over that lack of confidence, and I'm not seeing 1FR doing that, or at least they haven't done it in their past 2 games. Maybe being on the verge of getting sent to the lower bracket, maybe that's going to be the wake-up call they need. Maybe that's what requires them to, you know, fully go, okay, we're going to run them down.
Yeah, it's very difficult for them, so I'm not gonna like blame them at all if they can't do it. They are a sort of they're not a newly formed team, but they're not like a veteran team either that has played together for a long time. It's also individually hard on the DC SHD, I guess, to like rally the troops and rally the morale against a team like Vile, especially after these two losses. Like,
Yeah.
they have a monumental job ahead of them, and honestly, even taking like 4 mechs off Vile would be a very nice achievement.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? You just like like there's an obvious like skill gap between your players and your opponents. Just go out there and just go have some fun with it. Throw some wacky stuff out there. Maybe it sticks to the wall.
Yes.
And who knows? You might be able to pull off a win off of it. Just some unorthodox methods.
Yeah, upsets do happen, especially with those brawl rushes, and when you don't play like the more experienced team expects you to. And they do expect everybody to like play cagey and scared. In the early game, if you very carefully watch Vile, you can often see, not every match, but you can often see statistically risky plays or movements or backstabs or caps or whatever. And those quickly pile up. So if, say, 1FR lets Vile conduct 2 to 3 aggressive movements early on, that should normally be risky, but they're kind of playing cagey and letting Vile do it, it quickly piles up. It cumulatively slants the match in Vile's favor. And after that, the slope is even tougher to climb. And it's insidious. You can't really realize that mid-game, and mostly you don't realize that even after the game when debriefing it. Again, that's why Brawl Rushes work so well, because it doesn't leave any time for that experienced team to work their aggression or work their angles. It just fully rushes them, and if they're not ready, they can die, because unsurprisingly, people are quite accurate at 50 meters, no matter the pilot.
Yeah, you definitely need to take the initiative away from them immediately. Put them on that back pedal.
Right, yep.
Come on, Vile. You're so close to locking.
So who picked this map and chose what side? I didn't really look at that.
This was a Vile pick, I believe. Yes.
Vile
I see.
picked it, yes,
Vile
and
picked,
then
and FR chose Team 1, which is good because
Yeah.
Team 1 is definitely the strongest side on this map.
I will say that, yeah.
Next map will be Viridian Bog, assuming FRR wins this, and Vile chose Team 1 for that.
Yep. And then we got Terra at the end, if it makes it to there.
I'm thinking
So-
First Regiment is gonna actually push on the 7 line.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. With the way their lances are, I think they are.
Yeah, so if I was one of ours, DC or whoever picks the map, I would still consider Team 2, even if you said Team 1 is stronger overall. Team 2 has some surprising push angles, so you can go through over the ship into the Echo 4 city and push from there, or you can just go straight into the canyon in the center and push up to Delta 5 with some medium range weapons in tow. That was a very common strategy a few years
You're
back,
dropping?
actually.
You can keep talking. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. So Team 2 shouldn't be discounted, especially if you want to brawl. Team 1 is the more control-y side for sure.
Alrighty. Ooh. Chimera in an Xe, Lizzie in a Stone Rhino, Bowser in a Piranha 3, Selith in a Locust 1v, Quicksilver Aberration in a Skull, Konglord in a Viper, Dubix in a Shadowcat, and Audeus in a Battlemaster.
So, Stem might like this one. We have a Commando 3A coming from Dubious Squirrel, an SR6, a Viper F, Executioner M, A Void Hellfire, Ice Ferret J, another Shadow Cat, and a Nova Cat A. I am excited. I want FR to win.
We got to see what builds that Nova Cat is.
It should
I'll
be
hop through real quick.
4-year large. It should be 4-year large.
So, I'm not sure what they intend to do with the Commando. It's a tough mech for sure. Like, Commando is one of my favorite mechs of all time, but it needs to be paired up with a brawl push or something brawly-ish. It's not a good individual light in most cases. Sometimes.
Yes.
Sorry, I'll let you go through the mechs.
Okay, fine. Yeah, the Nova Cat is 4-year large.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
Commandos, SRMs, and ER smalls.
We have
Interesting.
But yeah, I do think Stim's right. In a strat that doesn't involve a push, a commando is a very scary thing. But it is the Cap Commando. However, Vile set up, oh my goodness, a very strong crossfire to prevent any hope of getting Theta early.
Yeah, I don't.
One of our doesn't really lose that much armor for it though, so hopefully it works out, but I'm not too sure. The Commando 3A is definitely an interesting pick for it.
The Shadow Cat did lose 10%, which is kind of big.
Yeah. And
I don't think they should force data here. After like a few trades, they should just actually go for other caps.
yeah, now and now it's just burning armor.
What is... So next comp should be pushing over to Epsilon right now, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, you
instead of
should.
running towards-
Yeah,
You should
so
just
if you
give
watch
data.
If you watch the map, Vile is already transitioning to the east side because they see Epsilon isn't capped, which is an indication of little presence on that side, and they want to avoid the other side, which they think 1FR probably has a lot of presence on, and they have seen 1FR crossing the valley to the west side.
If Vile decides to get aggro here down the 7 line into Upper City, they will catch the Executioner will be able to get away. However, the Nova Cat and the Stone Rhino are very much sitting ducks for whatever Vile decides to do on this side. Viles are down to 87%. I'm a little concerned. Shadowhawk down to 79% in his Nova Cat. The early health advantage is definitely going towards Vile. Vile does send Dubix to get Epsilon, which will give them a 2 cap, but Theta is still not laid at all, and it looks like Vile's giving up Sigma.
Interesting. Maybe they want the lower city, essentially, kind of to have all that and kind of force 1FR into that smaller confined space of Upper.
We've captured resource point Sigma.
It looks like the bigs are already starting to make the rotation. I definitely think the Nova Cat's probably gonna get caught out and die here. It's a very, very difficult mech to use, especially on Frozen. Like, you have so many disadvantages going on for it, especially with all the weapons being in the arm.
Are preparing to...
Yeah, two.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 mechs and Sigma definitely prepared an ambush, because that third mech near ship sent a UAV up, so the guys in Sigma know if anything's coming to help, and they were trying to trap the capper.
The Nova Cat's about to die here.
Previous Squirrel decided he didn't want that smoke. Shadowhawk's in the open, he's about to die. Quicksilver is going to be running up in his fresh skull, but...
What's in the skull?
One of ours Wolfpack is running back. Quicksilver is about to be super outgunned here and probably needs
I
to
think
fall
first
back.
red, yeah.
They need.
I think if they pick this, they pick the Gamma Mech and the skull, I think they can actually get ahead here.
Quicksilver is getting completely
Oh,
obliterated.
Yeah, he just got.
Oh,
I think he's completely stripped here now.
no.
Oh no! One more shot in the back.
But
Shoot his butt! Shoot his butt! Come on, guys.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, now go for Dubix.
Vile is getting Theta though, since one of our did pull off their Wolfpack. Dubix won't be able to outrun the Commando and the Ice Fairy. He's kind of stuck here.
Yeah.
If Vile is smart, they would actually get ready to receive for Dubix.
Strategically, 1FR
No,
has
the Viper's
Vile.
leg, Cauterizer's leg in the open.
Yeah, strategically, Vile isn't in the best position, but they have so much more health that
Yeah.
1FR really can't do much.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I didn't even realize 1FR, over half their mechs are in the red.
Yeah, Dubix is extending out this chase all the way out to open ground. He did get legged.
The fact that Dubix
I can't believe-
was allowed to live and get around the corner is unbelievable. Delith drops Primos.
Yeah. Dubs is gonna have to run here as fast as he can,
Arzak
but I don't
is
think he
running in
can.
with the void, trying to get a very aggro angle.
Mhm.
Kong Lord drops Dubious in the commando. Sultan and
Liz?
Aiza are just doing everything they can to survive, just getting absolutely annihilated by Chimera and Lizzie here. But yeah, I think at this point that's just a 3-0 Vile win.
Yeah.
What's the
there's
health
not-
on their Viles traders? Can we check?
They're relatively okay. Lizzie's open in the right torso. Mary's down to 58.
Lizzie is fine. Bowser is doing all right.
Yeah.
Celith is probably all right.
Shutting down.
Yeah.
That's good. Well played by Vile.
Yeah, Kongwood's fresh.
Like, yeah, Val did great. I think
Yep.
first just like they kept running back and forth, bleeding a lot. They bled a lot in Theta, and they should have just picked a side and maybe pushed or something. I don't know.
Looking at the damage numbers here, Lizzie again, 791 in the SR6 with 1 kill. Followed up right behind is going to be Celith in the Locust 1V with 683 and a kill. And then over there on the 1FR side, most amount of damage is going to go to Avoisky? I don't know how to say it, I'm sorry. 466 with no kills. And then you have 2 double Ds over there as well, coming from the Nova Cat and the Commando.
And I feel like they should have had a different trader than the Nova Cat. Even though it's base, but like it's just it has a
the
big
worst
CT.
poke pro.
Yeah.
You have to full expose, you have a giant CT, you don't have near enough armor quirks. It's a good farmer, but against opponents who will accurately land their shots, it is rough.
It's a bad pick.
Yeah,
Nice
you
farm
have-
by Celith.
Yeah, you have to, with the Nova Cat especially, you have to just essentially use your other traders as armor to even get, like, to be able to contest well. So.
Wish we could have saw more there, but you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that is it. Let's see. I believe we have a break before our next match. if memory serves.
Yes, I know. Yeah, it's
When
gonna
is
be
the next one?
the three-way tie, if I remember correctly. I have to scan it really quickly. So we have about a 5-hour break. Correction, 4-hour break. The next one's gonna be the three-way tie. It's gonna be SRJ versus 228R versus Fjord Focus at 8 p.m. Central Time. And then you also have, right after that, an hour and a half later, is going to be Fjord Visigoths and KDCM with the very long acronym, where you get to see Teos play in that. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much for stopping by to come catch some of these early on games. Again, there's going to be 2 more later this evening, or morning, wherever you're at. So again, thank you, Teos, Stim, Chicken. Thank you so much for stopping by, kind of doing the cast with me and everything.
Yeah, no
Happy to
problem.
provide some analysis.
Yeah, of course, I love it. I love it.
I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Yep.